So it is 10 a.m. here on the eastern coast of the United States, and it's time for our first session. Unfortunately, as I just said, Robin Richter is sick with COVID today, and he could not make it with us. So Ralf and I are jumping in, and we're going to go a little bit through what AIDAUG is offering, what is our website, and we probably need to find the right link for Erdogan. So, Ralf, are you ready to demo our website?
Yes, I'm ready. But before I start, I have a very important question to you.
Okay.
How many pies are you able to eat on Pi Day?
So I failed. So yesterday, as I was telling you, I had to fly to a PayPal location, and so I'm in Maryland, very near Baltimore. And as I flew in, I went to the supermarket, and and in the supermarket, I bought a pie. Okay, but I've got this very nice, smallish, little key lime pie, but I'll keep it for celebrating a little later but I'm a pie guy. I love pies. I love any kind of pies, but I did not have pie yet. Okay, so it's still 10 a.m. So it's like, it's like bourbon. I can wait until the end of the day.
Okay, so that's great. That's great. I was researching a little bit on Pi Day and the history this morning, and well, I'm based out of Barcelona, so for me it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or for the European guys in the chat also. And I was researching on that, and I actually found on a nice source on Wikipedia that Pi Day officially started as a large-scale celebration the first time in 1988.
Wow.
And it was a researcher from Stanford University, or I don't remember, but anyhow, so he started that, and they had this pie photo on the Wikipedia, so I just couldn't refrain from asking you and making the joke about Pi Day and eating pies. So in German, it's pronounced different. It's Pi Day. It's different. And the cake is pronounced Kuchen, so that's also very different. So you can't make jokes in German on Pi Day. And I was so happy to have found that this morning. So yeah.
I think it's the way it is. It's very American, okay? Because I know that in Europe and in most of the countries in the world, we have the dates being started with the day, then the month, then the year, right? Yeah. And in the US, and the UK, I think, if I remember correctly, we have the month first and then the day. So that's where it's working, okay? Because pi is 314, right? But the thing is, then of course, being born in France, it's like in German, pi is P, and a pie is une tarte. So the joke doesn't run as well. So, but American culture, we're pretty good at pushing a few things here and there. So
great. So how do we start? Maybe we start with answering the question on the chat about the Slack channel. Yep,
that's a good start. So I think it's in the member-only content. So you first have to join if you log in.
So I could join, and I say I join as. I would just AIDAUG UG at comida.org. So this is a no, I have to sign up. Join us. That's where I have to go. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's aida@comida.rocks. I would just use this email address in order to.
And I'm happy to see that you're not a robot.
Yeah. Okay, so we go next. Let me just say this is Ralf and last name, email is okay. We don't need a name, so that's Aida, and we are actually in Spain. I confirm I will upload the photo later. So confirm subscription. Okay, confirm. Okay, so I just logged in and I got my membership for today. So that's good. I've got a user ID, and this should actually then also send me I confirm, so that is all good. And that should actually send me an email to my Comida Rocks. And I haven't gotten it yet. So we have to wait for that. Yeah, it's not there yet.
Ralph, for your information, it took about half an hour before I got the email, but finally it did arrive.
Okay. So then you already got the email link, I guess. The Slack link in your email.
Yes, I did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, great. Okay. So that's good. So once you joined, then you also have access to the news, and from the news you actually can go for the forecaster. So we're actually limiting the forecaster a little bit in order to motivate people to sign up. And it is working quite well. We could do better, of course. Right now, today we actually hit the 250 members number, and that is really good. So the forecast is something I would just walk you through the last issue. JGP already said to me the other day, it's Ralph, this is not a newsletter anymore. Don't call it newsletter.
Yeah.
The newsletter is something really small, and this has already, it's not a magazine yet, but yeah, it's getting close. So the starting page always has a photo and a highlight of the forecast itself. And then I write something personal or something AI or data analytics related. I normally refer to the content in the forecaster itself. For example, in this one, I actually showed the numbers and how AIDAUG is growing. There was a call to action to ask your colleagues to join. I can only repeat that because we want to grow big, and we have something to say, and we want to move stuff. Yeah. So also this conference is showing that. I mean, to organize after just 6 months of birth of AIDA, to organize a worldwide conference with over 6 hours of big content, amazing. Yeah. So, and we also always have interesting background information. So, for example, in this issue, this was number 6. And so I linked a really beautiful video from Red Hat from the way back when Red Hat was starting and was not part of IBM, and how they promoted open source and how they were struggling for recognition of their business model. Yeah. And then the forecaster is actually divided in corners, in 2 corners. There's the data analytics corner, always have some content here. So there are two news here: data management and analytics using serverless form factors. And you get a read in, and then I normally link to the full story where I got the information. This is kind of compressed information for you to easy consume and digest data analytics topics. For example, here out of the labs, really interesting content. It was from 2020 conference with 7 keynotes, 60 tutorials, over 60 workshops, 20 demonstrations, a big conference. And the complete content of that is still online. And I linked the after show content. Yeah, it took me like a half an hour to find that and to review that it is really accessible. So I linked that here. And then we went to go to the AI corner. Of course, the last one we wrote about PyDay, and we wrote about artificial intelligence, how it works. There's explanation on all that. There are links in the article. Yeah. There's a nice article how AI is actually reducing neonatal mortality rates and on edge devices. That was really amazing. I found it really amazing. I hope you liked it too. And yeah, and then we go to the second highlight. This is still AI. This is Apple's acquisition of a really small startup and the story behind how their website all of a sudden disappeared. And the LinkedIn profile was still up. I linked the web archive snapshot of their website, but their website was actually down. So yeah, well, I care that the information is easy to consume, it's easy to digest, it gives you background information, it's researched. So I put a lot of effort in here. And for example, the highlight from the editorial, as I said, the sorry for that, the about open source. What is open source? Why does free and open source, the free is not as in free pizza, but rather than in free speech. So I explained that a little bit. I lay out about this really amazing startup, cal.com, how they operate as an open startup, and they even publish their KPIs and their travel tickets that are open, their salaries that are open. It's amazing. Yeah. So yeah, the link to All Things I Open, that amazing conference in Raleigh.
It is a great conference.
Pardon?
It is a great conference.
It is amazing. It's like FOSDEM in Germany. Those two are really amazing conferences.
So for the little anecdote on All Things Open, this year is going to be the 10th anniversary of this conference, and of course it's my friend Todd is running it, and Todd Todd Lewis is now an IBM champion. So full circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. So the link is here. I hope to see you there. I just wanted to show you something from Mercedes. So they actually Daimler has an open source strategy, which is really successful. And they kicked off a couple of years ago. My friend Jonas von Malotki kicked that off, and well, it has been an amazing journey for him to propagate open source in this huge enterprise, but he actually managed. And now Daimler is already contributor number 11 for Kubernetes on this planet. Yeah, so the Daimler developers use Kubernetes, they contribute to Kubernetes, and the Daimler developers, the employees of Daimler, managed to get so many pull requests into the product of Kubernetes that Daimler itself is recognized as number 11 contributor worldwide. I mean, this is really amazing. This is great. And then there are other companies that, for example, if you look on GitHub, yeah, I hope everybody can see that in my browser. And if you look, for example, for BMW, this is BMW. Yeah, if you look for Daimler, this looks different. This is the official Daimler repo, and for BMW, it looks like this. And I really like Porsche. So this is Porsche. Yeah, and so from the forecaster, I guess we can. Where's my forecaster link now? Okay, here we go. Here we go. So from the forecaster, it's well researched, and there's funny stuff, there's interesting stuff, there's background information. I really recommend to have a look at the Red Hat documentary about open source, how all that developed. Yeah, and then we have the chapter with the conferences. We have some resources for you. There's in every forecaster, we're promoting discounts that are especially for AIDA members. And then there's some closing credits. And I still wait for an email who actually explains where this photo is taken. Yeah, so I was wondering when that email will actually arrive. So I just leveraged the opportunity of talking to you today and showing you that, and ask you to maybe investigate on this place and where this could be. So
Well,
this
maybe,
is about
maybe it's a call today. Find the photo where it's taken from.
Yes, the challenge for Pi Day for the conference. Let's see. Do we have something to offer for the winner, JTP?
If it's a winner in the US, I can offer a copy of Spark in Action.
That's great. Okay. So if it's in Europe, oh, I haven't written a book, so I have to think about that. But we'll find out. I have nice t-shirts. Yeah. So
anywhere else in the world, I can give a copy of a digital copy of Spark in Action.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's about the forecaster. It appears in the news session. It also appears in the members only content. Yeah, and slowly but steadily we are growing this, and invite you to join us and to submit news that you want to share with me, with the user group. And yeah, so that's about my walk around mission. This is something we agreed on last year. Yeah.
So I think it's important to highlight that our mission is really mainly about education, and we really, in a very independent way, we want to help people know better about data, analytics, and of course, artificial intelligence. And you see there the first point, the second, the third, is really about education and conference and meetings and discussions and forums and lectures and whatever. But the thing is, it's not only, I think that to teach or to learn, it's only working if, as we're grown-ups, okay, we are not in elementary school anymore or in high school where you just sit passively, but it's really about creating a strong community where people interact and learn from one another. I learned so much. I have Ralf and I are good friends, but we only met like less than a year ago. It was in April last year, and on Easter Day, and since we've learned so much, I learned a lot from Ralf. I hope he learned a little bit from me as well. But this is really how you become, I think, better by knowing more stuff, and that are not always useful right away, but that can be making your job and your life better afterwards. So this is really what AIDAUG is about.
Yeah, it's about bringing people together, no?
Yep.
Thanks for the flowers and
Told you I'm sending you the invoice soon.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I'm collecting your invoices back there. Yeah. No, it's about meeting people. For example, I got to know Sharon from IBM she's based in the north of United Kingdom, through AIDA and through testing and through the community. And that is that's what it is about. That she asked me then, Ralf, how do I start with artificial intelligence and what could be a good starting point? And I said, well, have a look at Eliza from our famous Joseph Weizenbaum, and get it to run on either Python or Perl or your favorite programming language, and take it from there. Yeah, so it's about connecting people, just as you said, yeah, and around the topic artificial intelligence and how this fits into our products, and how we can actually make this world a little better by using artificial intelligence in an intelligent way, data analytics in an intelligent way. Yeah. So that's, yeah. Okay, so that's the mission. Then we have the board. Some of them will present. Ryan Darley will present today. We have you, JGP, on cam right now, live. All of them are IBM champions. Jens Bäumler, Martin Artus on the online already, and Mark Lack is also big. He's I think he's a lifetime champion, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it is. Yes, wow. We have a few lifetime champions. Yep,
a few lifetime champions on the board of AIDA. It's amazing. And I think there are only 12 lifetime champions worldwide. Is that true?
No, we are a little bit more. There's about 30 lifetime champions worldwide.
30 worldwide, and 4 of them are on the board of directors of IIDG founding members, huh?
Yeah, at least 4.
Yeah. Wow. We have the famous Paul Mandelson, Cognos Paul, also as a founding member. Unfortunately, he has a doctor visit today, but he was really looking forward to join us.
And he's on Slack, so he can be joined on Slack all the time. So
yeah, he is online on Slack. That's true. Even if he is at the doctor's, he's always online, kind of. Yeah. And we have Rikke Jacobsen. She will also have a speech later on, as JGP already introduced. And then we have the famous Stuart Lytle. He is well known from the Informix user group and has been president for IIDG. And yeah, so that's about the board. And I think we could close the walk around here. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if any of the in the audience has any questions. We're not a lot of people right now, so feel free to just jump in. Yeah, I'm sorry that guys, you had a few problem with the links and you know, we're a bunch of volunteers, so it's not always as smooth as we would like. So, but I think that I think we're getting there. So. Any questions? Hey, feel free to volunteer as well, or even if even if you wrote an article and you published it somewhere else, Ralf is always looking for content, and we can relay to it. It's also additional visibility for your content, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. True. We are getting more in the Zoom. I would like to ask a question to our audience and find out the different time zones. Do we have somebody from Australia joining? No? What about the continent of Africa? Do we have Africa in the conference?
So you can answer in either Slack or if you want to or in the chat on okay, yeah. Hey man.
Yes, Amen. Woohoo. Amen. So where in Africa are you from? Egypt. That's
Cool.
great. That's great. That's great. Glad you joined. There's so many stuff happening. Sorry, what did you say?
It's on my bucket list. I've never been to Egypt. It's on my bucket list.
Yes,
there's a few countries like that.
Yeah, we have to go there. And I just wanted to remember everybody that there's a lot of stuff going on in the data and AI world, but we should not forget that there are people out there that are in a very difficult situation. We should reach out and give them a hand or give them a donation. And what's happening right now in Ukraine is only 1,600 kilometers away from me. And so despite all that, I hope we will have a good conference, but we should not forget that there are people in need and to help them out when they need it. There's a nice story from a guy from Munich. He actually founded Wirelane, a company that starts and wants to democratize the way of electricity and consumption of electricity. And he actually offered his business offices for refugees from Ukraine, and he actually gives shelter to the national team of ice hockey, women ice hockey, in his office space. And that's amazing how everybody of us can actually contribute and help a little bit.
Artificial intelligence, data, analytics,
User group.
AIDAUG.
Join AIDAUG today.